Shalom. I want to give all praises to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushua, Bahashim, Kakadash. I want to give double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. And I want to say shalom to all the brothers and, of course, the few sisters who are pursuing this truth in sincerity. All right. May the blessing of election be upon your house. I'm down for 2 weeks on my main page, GMS Shawanathon, Second Strike. Try to build this page up, right? Yesterday I got a comment on my video, though, from this Edomite. And what did he say? What did he initially say? I showed a clip of a nuclear bomb going off, you know, and you can see the whole earth in the clip. And he was like, globe earth is gay, fool. So I'm like, okay. And, you know, we had a lot of people fall out or, you know, get carried away with the globe earth, flat earth BS. You know, one, the earth is a globe. Two, it has nothing to do with salvation. Things we speak about pertain unto salvation, unto getting delivered out of here. That's the goal, right? But I went and clicked the guy's profile, and you know, because 9 times out of 10, when you click a scoffer's profile, they don't have any videos. But this guy did. He's been making videos for a year about the Hebrews, man. He's obsessed. So I put a short clipping of one of his videos in the group chat, and you know, some of the brothers got a kick out of it. So I'll show you guys, and what this lesson is going to be about is about that captivity. Slavery for the other nations is mandatory. It's gonna happen. I know it makes a lot of people that's new when you first coming in, you're like, we're taking other people into slavery. What? No, it has to happen, man. That's the righteous judgment that the Lord has decreed to make right what was made wrong. Okay, so show you guys this clip here.
Visions are not. The Lord's given them false visions that they're running with. This is verse 28 of Jeremiah 22. Caniah's seed shall not rule. See what the Lord say. What Jeremiah is saying here is that there's part of Judah that is not only
and he's going off on that anyway.
Going to have the rule. They are going to get really shamed. You think the Lord's not going to shame these niggas when it comes time for blaspheming? They're stupid. They really are stupid. I'm trying to love them, and they don't give nothing. So if you like this, if you like what I'm saying and you believe what I'm saying, I'm here every day. The Lord put it on me to push this energy,
Yeah, you know, and if you notice at the beginning of the clip, he actually, let me get this going here. At the beginning of the clip, he actually said, part of Judah is their part. I don't know if he understands that the so-called Black, Latino, Native American people are the Israelites. Okay, because if he does, then he know what was done to our people. The Lord's not going to just let that slide. It's not going to be water off a duck's back. Now, when we go to Obadiah, you know, it's a whole book written to you people. And it's easy to prove who the wicked is, by the way. You know, if you ever, you know, just trying to go and bring it all together. When you use prophecy, man, things become really clear. Okay, in Revelation 13:16, it talks about the mark of the beast, right? It talks about Karagma. So that signifies, you know, that's end time prophecy. Because in the midst of that being made mandatory on the people, Yahushua is going to come back and deliver the elect, the remnant of his people. So then you got to take into account, okay, what nation of people are pushing the Karagma? Then we can identify who Esau is, because you go to 2nd Ezra 6:9, it says, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. In the word world, there is age, meaning a kingdom or rulership. So Esau is going to be in rulership before the everlasting age is established. So we know that the earth was given into the hand of the wicked. Esau is the wicked. And what people are pushing or getting ready to make mandatory or ushering in the Karagma. So you can identify who the wicked are easily, hands down, when you bring out prophecy. Okay. There's 1,000 ways to prove who the wicked are, but that's relatively an easy way to break it down. All right. Yeah, let's go. I was going to get Obadiah here. We're going to start at verse 10. For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee. He says that we're going to get shamed. No, in fact, it's the opposite. We've been getting shamed. We've been under these curses. We're considered the lowest of the low. All right, we're a proverb and a byword wherever we go. All right, Obadiah 1:10 again. For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever. In the day that thou stoodest on the other side, in the day that thou the strangers carried away captives his forces, and foreigners entered into his gates, and cast lots upon Jerusalem, even thou wast as one of them. Yeah, they partook in it. They did everything they could to help us be overthrown, no matter what time period. Verse 12. But thou shouldest not have looked on the day of thy brother in the day he became a stranger, neither shouldest thou have rejoiced over the children of Judah in the day of their destruction, neither shouldest thou have spoken proudly in the day of distress. So the Lord has a quarrel with you. He has a quarrel with this people. All right. Thou shouldest not have entered into the gate of my people in the day of their calamity. Yeah. Thou shouldest not. Shouldn't have touched the Lord's children, man. Yeah, thou shouldest not have looked on their affliction in the day of their calamity, nor have laid hands on their substance in the day of their calamity. In 70 AD, man, when you guys ransacked the temple, paraded the children of Judah, when you took them back to Rome, and you've done the same thing ever since. Even during the transatlantic slave trade, man, you were parading Jake around. Verse 14. Neither shouldest thou have stood in the crossway to cut off those of his that did escape. Neither shouldest thou have delivered up those of his that did remain in the day of distress. Verse 15. For the day of the Lord is near upon all the heathen. Everybody's going to reap the judgment. But Edom, of course, is chief in that judgment. As thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee. So what did you do? You took us into captivity. You made us low. You stripped us of everything. Thus you shall be stripped of everything. Thy reward shall return upon thine own head. For as ye have drunk upon my holy mountain, so shall all the heathen drink continually. Yeah, they shall drink and they shall swallow down this cup of judgment, man. And they shall be as though they had not been. But upon Mount Zion shall be deliverance, signifying us over you, you being in subjugation unto the nation of Israel. You're going to reap what you sow. What you did unto us is going to happen to you, as it says in Revelation, double unto her, double. All right? It says double unto her, double according to her works. And that soon come. All right? But upon Mount Zion shall be deliverance, and there shall be holiness, and the house of Jacob shall possess their possessions, and the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame, all 12 tribes, and the house of Esau for stubble, that residue at the bottom of a fire. You're going to be devoured by the nation, by the Lord's chosen people. The same people that you devoured are going to devour you. And they shall kindle in them and devour them, and there shall not be any remaining in the house of Esau, for the Lord hath spoken it. Amos 9 and 11. Okay, it reads, and then the title here is the restoration of Israel. When you talk about the restoration of Israel, there's certain intricate parts that have to take place, and it's going to be elaborated on. Amos 9:11. In that day will I raise up the tabernacle of David that is fallen. Okay, the house of David is being raised up now. That's what you see, all these men speaking in great boldness before the face of such as has afflicted them, as is stated in Wisdom of Solomon, the 5th chapter. And close up the breaches thereof. And we know King David despised a particular nation, the same way the Lord despises a particular nation. All right, and close up the breaches thereof, and I will raise up his ruins, and I will build it as in the days of old. And David was getting busy on Edomites, man. Verse 12, that they may possess the remnant of Edom and all of the heathen. Edom being the chief nation that's going into captivity, but all the heathen are going into captivity, which are called by my name, saith the Lord, that doeth this. Behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that the plowman shall overtake the reaper. And we've been the plowman. We haven't been the reaper. We haven't reaped from all the hard work we do in this captivity. But the scriptures say the plowman shall overtake the reaper, and the treader of grapes him that soweth seed. And the mountains shall drop sweet wine, and all the hills shall melt, all these other nations. And I will bring again the captivity of my people Israel, and they shall build the waste cities and inhabit them. And they shall plant, he's going to bring back all the tribes, man, that were scattered, that were cast off. They're going to be brought back and inhabit them, and shall plant vineyards and drink the wine thereof. See, now we're reaping. Now we're reaping here. They shall also make gardens and eat the fruit of them. And I will plant them among their land, and they shall no more be pulled out of their land, which I have given them, saith the Lord thy God. We're not going to be able to go off in the kingdom. Once this thing is established, we're going to have the heart of flesh. We're going to be made perfect. So there's going to be no reason for us to be cast out of the land anymore. All right. So, you get to talking about captivity. It makes a lot of people uncomfortable. But nonetheless, it has to play out. And when we read Obadiah in verse 9, we didn't read it, but it says all of Edom is going to be cut off by slaughter. So this isn't something like the head of GLCC went into. He said they're going to have to repent to be servants. No. The scripture say in Luke, all those that would not serve me, bring hither and slay them before me. All right. And even in captivity in the kingdom, Edom is going to be unrepentant. So at the end of that 1,000 years after they built up our kingdom, Obadiah 1:18 takes place. But this is Obadiah 1:9 once more. I didn't read it, so I'm going to read it one here. Okay. And thy mighty man, O Teman, shall be dismayed, to the end that every one of the mountain of Esau may be cut off by slaughter. And this is justice, because this is what they plan to do to us. So all those plans they have for us are going to turn upon and be upon their own head. Yeah, man. So yeah, the nations are going into captivity, all of them, because they're the same. They were confederate against us. They're the one that helped overthrow us. They helped keep us in this predicament, in this estate. All right, as it says in Psalms, and we'll go get it here. They were confederate against us. It's the Psalms, the 83rd chapter, and we'll start right up here at the top. Okay, put it up on the screen for you guys here. It says, a song or psalm, a psalm. Keep not thou silence, O God. Hold not thou peace, and be not still, O God. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult. And it's going to even name the nations, right? And they that hate thee have lifted up the head. Let's go read this actually in the NLT. Let's see what it says in the NLT here. Okay, verse 2 in the NLT, it says, don't you hear the uproar of your enemies? Don't you see that your arrogant enemies are rising up? They devise crafty schemes against your people. They conspire against your precious ones, which are the children of Israel. Come, they say, let us wipe out Israel as a nation. We will destroy the very memory of its existence. And they've succeeded at that to an extent, because right now people think, oh, the Israelites, they think about Israelis, they think about the people in the land today who are Judaism converts, who are actually Khazars. They're not the bloodline descendants of the people of the Bible. So when we say, hey, we're the Israelites, people are like, what? No way. When in a lot of other places, when you go to other countries, there are people you'll run across, they know it. It's like, oh yeah, everybody, yeah, we know that. But you tell one of our people over here, it's like, what are you talking about? I'm not an Israelite, I'm black. They'll call themselves a color, and they're just gone, man. So, partly they succeeded, but the Lord has kept a remnant, right? And we're standing up when we have the oil, and we have no guile. We have that 100% truth. We have no gall in our mouths. We're found virgins, like it talks about in Revelation, the 14th chapter. But this is let's go back to it, and we're in NLT, guys, right here. I got the KJV right here, and then the NLT on this side. All right. Come, they say, let us wipe out Israel as a nation. We will destroy the very memory of its existence. Yes, this was their unanimous decision. So they were all in cahoots. And nobody was like, oh no, this was unanimous. They signed a treaty as allies against you. These Edomites and Ishmaelites, Moabites. All right, now we go back over here to the KJV. It just starts naming off these nations, man. The tabernacles of Edom and the Ishmaelites of Moab, the Hagarenes, Chinese, the Arabs, Hamite nations, the so-called white man, Cabal, Ammon, Japanese, Amalek, the chief tribe of Edom, the Jews, so-called Jews, right? The Philistines with the inhabitants of Tyre. Asher also is joined with them. They have holpen the children of Lot, Salah. Do unto them, Salaki, do unto them as unto the Midianites, as to Sisera, I'm saying this wrong, Sisera, as to Jabin, at the brook of Kasan, which perished at Endor. They became as dung for the earth. So they're going to be recompense for making this agreement. They've all, and we'll go to Joel the 3rd chapter. They've all been in cahoots against us, so they all have to go into captivity. This is justice. All right. Joel 3:1. For behold, in those days and in that time, when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem, all 12 tribes, I will also gather all nations, and I will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat, the valley of judgment. All right. Yahweh Shaphat. And I will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land. And we were scattered, the diaspora, which is why we have to go speak unto every nation of people. All right. When you go to John 7:35, it says, whither will he go? Will he go into the Gentiles and teach the Gentiles? All right. When you read it in the NLT, actually, let's get it here. Let's get John, the 7th chapter, 37th verse. It makes it more plain. It's saying, will he go and speak to the Jews in other lands? It's saying we're Jews dwelling in America. We were English-speaking Jews. Back then, we were Greek-speaking Jews, Hellenists. And when you look up that word Gentiles, it goes into Hellenistas. Now, meaning Greek-speaking Jew. Now, let's go read. Let me pull it up for you guys here. Now, this is John 7:35 in the NLT. It says the Jewish and, BS word. All right, leaders, or the leaders of the Jews, were puzzled by this statement. Where is he planning to go? They asked. Is he thinking of leaving the country and going to the Jews in other lands? Maybe he will even teach the Greeks. Why? Because there were Jews dwelling among them. Okay. So now we go back to Joel, the 3rd chapter, and we're at verse 3. And they have cast lots for my people and have given a boy for an harlot, and so yeah, and what have ye to do with me, O Tyre and Zidon? And this nation was mentioned when we were in the Psalms 83. See how these people keep popping up? All right. And all the coast of Palestine, will you render me a recompense? Are you going to make it right? And if you recompense me, swiftly and speedily will I return your recompense upon your own head. Because ye have taken my silver and my gold, and carried into your temples my goodly pleasant things, the Lord's jewelry. Right? The children also of Judah and the children of Jerusalem. Have ye sold unto the Grecians, that ye might remove them far from their border? Behold, I will raise them out of the place where ye have sold them, and I will return your recompense upon your own head. And it's the point I wanted, verse 8. And I will sell your sons and your daughters into the hand of the children of Judah, and they shall. Now, at what point were all these nations sold into the hands of the children of Judah? After we were disconnected from our heritage. It hasn't happened yet, right? And I will sell your sons and your daughters into the hand of the children of Judah, and they shall sell them to the Sabians, to the people afar off, for the Lord hath spoken it. Okay, so this has, hold on, bear with me, guys. So yeah, the other nations, they're going to be sold in the captivity unto us. It's just what it is. You go to Isaiah 14 as well. Okay. Yeah, you go through the volume of the book, man. It's written. Okay. For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel and will set them in their own land, not by the Balfour Declaration, not by pen to pad. The Lord's going to set us there in a majestic fashion in which the whole earth is going to see. And the stranger shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. And the people shall take them and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids. And they shall take them captives, whose captives they were. Who were we captive to? And they shall rule over their oppressors. Very plain, man. And you know, the Lord's ways are higher than our ways. But in these nations, they have to go through this. It has to be made right, man. Now, after they serve that 1,000-year period of captivity, they'll get to go into their own lands, you know, be amongst themselves, but they're gonna have to keep our laws. They're gonna have to operate in a righteous fashion, and we're gonna police the world or police the nations in that sense. But then everybody will be there. They'll be in good case, man. Like in Proverbs 29:2, when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. Okay. When the righteous bear rule, the people rejoice. The people are going to be in a rejoiceful. They're going to be in a rejoicing spirit, man, because they're going to be peace. You know, they're going to have clean water. There's not going to be rampant adultery. You know, there's not going to be, you know, a dismantling of the family structure. There's going to be, you know, healthy food. There's not going to be cancer. There's not going to be rampant disease. You see, the earth is going to be in its fullness, in its beauty. Yeah, man. It's going to be something. That's why we seek the new heavens and the new earth. But a lot of people don't want it to come. All they can see is what this devil has established, which is why, you know, they're going to be thrust through with him. All right, and 2/3 of our people, they gonna partake within this second death. They'll be brought back in the kingdom through the elect, but you know, they're gonna partake in this destruction as well. I'll go get the Revelation. Let's go get it. The one we all know. All right, so this is Revelation 13:10, guys. Read this, and this will be it for the lesson, okay? He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. Why is this being written in Revelation when the Lord is returning? Why is this being written in the end, in the book of Revelations, in the book of things being revealed? Why is this being written? He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints. The patience and the faith of the saints. Why are the saints having to be patient to take a people into captivity? Why? Because they've been oppressed by these other nations for time after time after time. So it's going to be made right, man. It's simply justice, and that's all it is. You know, so, you know, Lord willing, the lesson was edifying, man. You know, I'll show that clip of the guy one more time because he's hurt.
Dreams and visions are not. The Lord's giving them false visions that they're running with.
And we can see that vision is not false. We just read it.
This is verse 28 of Jeremiah 22. Caniah's seed shall not rule. See what the Lord is saying. What Jeremiah is saying here is that there's part of Judah that is not only not going to have the rule, they are going to get really shamed. You think the Lord's not?
So we read in Obadiah who's actually going to be shamed. We read that, it's justice that this is going to be carried out. We read, we didn't go to Numbers 35 and 33, how the land has to be cleansed of blood. But when you go there, it says, for blood, it defiles the land, and it cannot be cleansed but by the blood of him who shed it. So this devil's been spilling our blood all over the earth. How is it going to be cleansed upon the Lord's return? Okay. All right. And I got one more precept. All right. Let's put it up on the screen here. Psalms 2 and 9. Okay. And we'll start at verse 7. I'll declare the decree. The Lord hath said unto me, Thou art my son, this day have I begotten thee. Ask of me, and I shall give thee heathen for thine inheritance, and the uttermost parts of the earth for thy possession. Thou shalt break them with a rod of iron. That's captivity. That's complete dominion over people. Thou shalt dash them to pieces like a potter's vessel. Okay, because this is the restoration of things being made right because of what was done to the Lord's joy. All right, so with that being said, I'm going to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem Kakadash. I'm going to give double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. And I'm going to say shalom to all the brothers and, of course, the few sisters who are pursuing this truth in sincerity. All right, may the blessing of election be upon your house. Shalom.